Football Facts presents 7 shocking exits from the World Cup qualification rounds. Yesterday we witnessed United States losing to Trinidad and Tobago and missing the World Cup finals of Russia. Let's view 7 of the most shocking failures in the qualification rounds. Number 7. England 1994. At a group where it contained England, Netherlands and Norway, the English side was expected to qualify alongside the Dutch side. Norway however had excellent results and lost only the last game where it was already qualified. England only managed to win 5 out of 10 games, with a draw against Poland and failure to win either Netherlands or Norway in any of the 2 games. Graham Taylor, who was already criticised on the European Championship of 1992 where he substituted his star striker Gary Lineker at a point where England needed a goal, finally resigned. Number 6. Soviet Union 1978. At a relatively easy group and a period where it had many good players like Oleg Blakhin, Viktor Kolotov, David Kipiani, and Leonid Boryak, Soviet Union finished second on its group and stayed out of the World Cup. Soviet Union was considered as one of the greatest teams and in fact failed to qualify to the World Cup only twice since its entrance in 1958. The first one was in 1974 where actually forfeited and didn't travel to Chile due to political issues, and the second one was in 1978 where it had finished second on its group behind Hungary, losing against Greece on a very crucial game. Number 5. Netherlands 2002. With players like Kluivert, Overmars, Van Nistelrooy, Davids and Seedorf and a group that contained Portugal, Ireland, Estonia, Cyprus, and Andorra, Netherlands were expected to at least finish second and qualify to the playoffs. Due to the high difference of Netherlands, Portugal and Ireland with the other 3 teams, the qualification was expected to be judged on the games between them. This is exactly where Netherlands missed the ticket for Korea and Japan, as it lost from Portugal at home and Ireland away and had draws on the returning rounds. Despite collecting 20 points, the Dutch side finished third and out of the World Cup. Number 4. Italy 1958. Italy only failed to qualify once, and this was the World Cup of 1958. On a group that contained 3 teams, Italy was drawn against Portugal and Northern Ireland. Prior to the last game, the Italians were first with 1 point difference against Northern Ireland. The Azzurris had won the first game against Northern Ireland and had 1 win and 1 defeat against Portugal. They needed just a draw in Belfast in order to book a ticket for Sweden. Northern Ireland however won the game 2-1 and Italy missed the World Cup finals. Number 3. Portugal 1998. With some of the finest players of that period, including Vitor Baía, Luís Figo, Fernando Couto, João Pinto, and Rui Costa, Portugal was expected to qualify at least as second and participate at the playoffs. At that group Portugal and Germany were the biggest names while Ukraine and Northern Ireland were expected to have a decent performance. The second best team would have qualified directly to the World Cup, and this group was one of the favorites with Germany or Portugal. The amazing performances of Andrei Shevchenko led Ukraine on the second place while Portugal finished third, with an away draw against Armenia on the first game to be a decisive factor. Number 2. Netherlands 1986. During 1980s some of the best football was played in Netherlands, with the biggest clubs in Europe desperate to sign Dutch players. PSV won the European Cup in 1986 while Ajax won the Cup Winners' Cup in 1987. Marco van Basten, Frank Rijkaard, Ruud Gullit, Rob de Vliet and the Koeman brothers were just some of the talented players of that generation. Netherlands finished second behind Hungary at a group where they were expected to win. They qualified for the playoffs where Belgium was the opponent. In Brussels Belgium won 1-0 and on the returning game in Rotterdam Netherlands had a 2-0 lead. A late goal by Georges Grun however sent Belgium to the World Cup. Netherlands managed to redeem themselves 2 years later, winning the European Championship in Germany. Number 1. France 1994. The only reason we put France ahead of Netherlands is the way that qualification was lost. With Cantona, Ginola, Desailly and Papin on the team, France needed just 1 point on its last 2 home games in order to book a ticket for United States. First game was against Israel, where the visitors turned the 2-1 lead of France during the last 7 minutes. On the last game, France hosted Bulgaria and got in front with Cantona on the 31st minute, but Kostandinov equalized 6 minutes later. During the last moments of the game, a failure of the French team to hold on the ball led on a second goal from Kostandinov, who sent Bulgaria in the World Cup in expense of France. 4 years later, France managed to erase the bad memories by winning the World Cup at home soil. What other big teams do you remember of not qualifying to the World Cup? Comment below. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching.